Hi. Congratulations. Congratulations. This is a little clip I wanted to make to go out to a bunch of yoga teacher graduates that just graduated from our yoga training programs, and proud of everybody, and many that have come before that. And if I had one of those hats on right now, do I get to move that little tassel to the other side? When I graduated from college or high school, I don't even remember that part. I don't know if I ever wore that hat. I want one now because I was watching a Matt Damon speech that he gave to the MIT graduating class not long ago. That was pretty fun to watch on YouTube. And bright guy, and it was neat to hear his whole speech because he was addressing the crowd. He had the cap and gown, and he was talking about how those people are going to move forward in their life now after graduating from that prestigious university. And he said it's easy to lean away from everything that they've accomplished, that they have that great degree and some go on and get even more. And if they kind of go for the comfort zone, kind of sell out for the money or the recognition or the whatever follows having a prestigious degree like that, do they kind of rest on their laurels, so to speak, or can they, as he said, lean into the problem? Can they be ready to look out at the world and look for the problems? There are many. And even to speak to what calls them into action. What are the problems they see that call their heart into action to activate the mind? I thought that was really powerful. And as a yoga teacher, it's really not that different. What is the problem? What are, as we look out into the world of yoga of our students, what are the problems? What questions can we have about that? Can we be in that inquiry as opposed to having the answers and the specific dictate that you would teach from or etc. Can you be in the discomfort, the uncomfortable position of not knowing what to say or how to teach or what the students might need? And I would posit that you'll find as an authentic yoga teacher, you might be in kind of the same boat as the students. That students are often not in the inquiry. In the world, in our culture or society, they get more information, more things to do, more things to distract them really from their real work. So as a teacher, I would say it's not even your fault. It's about the listening. What is the listening from the students? What is their inquiry? Are they in an inquiry? Because the public in general is being fed the answers before they can really feel the pain of the question. I'm going to say that again. The public is really being fed the answers before they really feel the pain of the question, of the inquiry. And the pain is really where the true transformation happens. Can we build a container for them to suffer? Because all we really have is awareness and intention. Awareness and intention. Can you give them a container of awareness and the authentic inquiry into the pain, where they can then create some form of an intention, a new direction. So can we give them a container, build a container of awareness, and then the authentic inquiry into the pain, where they then can create their intention, their new direction. Can you help create this for them? It's tough. It's tough. I understand. Been there. Not to go to the mind and that slippery old ego and tell them what they should do. This is what their mind wants for sure, and what our culture has created. Instant gratification, instant relief. With so much that really distracts them from the real work. Are you willing even to let them get uncomfortable, even as crazy as this sounds, to be part of what creates the discomfort, to hold up the mirror, to create the challenge for them. This is the gift and the art of teaching. Not to give them the practices and the techniques necessarily to fix them or change them, etc., but rather to give them the loving support to do the hard work, giving them the loving support to do the hard work, to use their practice time, their sadhana time, their time in class or time with you, to build a level of awareness, that and an authentic inquiry into their suffering, to build a level of awareness that they're not just on autopilot, that they're actually cultivating awareness, and then the authentic inquiry into what's blocking me, what's blocking my energy, what's causing my suffering. Because you can create energy for sure. There's lots of ways you could create energy and things that create energy, and those can be really valuable in terms of then when is there not energy? When do they lose that? Or where does that go? Because the authentic transformation is going to come from that energy being freed up and clearing away the places that are incomplete, we would say. So creating an authentic inquiry into the suffering, and then from there they can create a heartfelt intention that comes from loving themselves and wanting to love themselves more. So again, if we can create the practices that build self-awareness, and then create an authentic inquiry into why am I stuck, why am I suffering, why am I not progressing, in the deepest way, in the heart of hearts, I would say. Because then what comes from that is a new direction, an intention that only they can create, that comes from beginning to love themselves and wanting to love themselves more. Really, that transformation is really about transcending the state of being in terms of how open the heart is into things unfolding just as they are. So what does that mean for you, perhaps as a teacher, to begin this process? Love them. That is the perfect start. To simply love them and actually trust that you, with this intention of these simple tools, you can begin to create a possibility for their authentic change. I love this quote by Bertrand Russell. "The center of me is always and eternally a terrible pain, a curious, wild pain, a searching for something beyond what the world contains, something transfigured and infinite, the beatific vision, God. I can't explain it or make it seem anything but foolishness." I love you. Maybe that's a start.